Hey what's up guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. The Champions League is here for another season. The opener, match day 1, Celtic 0, Real Madrid 3. The scoreline might sound like it was a dominating game, but if you watch the game and you watch the highlights and you look at the first half in general, and maybe towards the second half a little bit as well, but majority of the first half it was Celtic dominating, getting the shots off, having the possession, having chances after chances after chances. And I've got to say, for a team like Celtic, I kind of felt bad that they didn't score, but obviously I wouldn't have wanted them to score because I'm a Real Madrid fan here. And I've got all the chances and everything written on my notes here, but before we get into it, I feel like, I would love it if Celtic make it out of the group. Leipzig, who are a team that we probably thought would be second, got smashed 4-1 by Shakhtar Donetsk. So yeah, maybe Shakhtar will be favourites as well, but we'll see. But it'll be nice if Celtic make it out of the group stage as well. But the atmosphere, Celtic Park, Scottish fans, wow, isn't it? It's just wild. 57,000 people going as well. So yeah, this was probably the most hyped up game of Madrid. PSG Juve, what a great game that was as well. And then on on Wednesday night for some people, and on Thursday morning for me, midnight actually, around midnight morning. We've got a second run of games coming. Was it Inter Bayern? That's a very very nice looking game in my opinion. I think that's a very nice game as well. And we'll see other teams who haven't played play. So anyways, let's get into the Real Madrid review. Like I said earlier on, Celtic had completely dominated the entire first 45. Abada, I think it is, off the right hand side, 23 seconds in, with a volley shot just wide, and then he later had another shot straight at Courtois. I thought that chance should have been taken. A brilliant ball for Jota. We were caught napping again. Mendy couldn't keep up to Abada. How funny would that be saying? And he shot, I guess it's under pressure, but yeah, straight at Courtois. Then at 20th minute, Riley's corner beaten away by Courtois, punched away, same thing in it. And Hatate, his follow-up shot denied by Thibaut Courtois as well. What I like about Celtic is the amount of Japanese players they have. They've got Koyogo, I think that's how you say his name. Hatate, I think it's, who's that guy? Maeda, and a few other guys, right? It's almost like Wolves in Portugal. You know what I'm saying? I like how they just go, look, to some of these Japanese talents, bring them in. And then Hatate had a shot. Actually, it wouldn't be considered a shot maybe, but he tried to put the ball in across. Deflected off Militao, and it really could have been an own goal. I felt like Militao was lucky. He got subbed off at halftime for Rudiger. I think there was some problems. Celtic fouled a lot of our players. They were really, really going for it. Not all were fouled, but the Tchouaméni one was really, really nasty. But Benzema go off half an hour in. We had Militao going off 45 minutes in. And then, for Benzema, it seems like it's not that serious, but he probably won't play our next game. Against, I think it's Mallorca, innit? If I'm not mistaken, but we'll check that later on. And then Cruz plays a really nice long ball forward for Vinicius Jr. down the left hand side. Joe Hart, who, let's be honest, he's still playing at Celtic in the Scottish League, and he's doing quite well. Who would have thought Joe Hart at City like 5 years ago will be now at Celtic. But he's probably enjoying life there anyways. And then their right back, Juranovic, this is the second half. Juranovic sends in a cross to substitute Maeda. And again, that's not really a shot, but maybe a volley, maybe a shot. I don't know what that was. But that was straight at Courtois again. I mean, the only real chance I felt like they had was probably one of the chances towards the end when they were 3-0 down. I felt that maybe the Riley's crossing and then maybe Hatate's follow up could have been a good chance, but realistically, a lot of the chances were straight at the goalkeeper. Now we get into the goals for Real Madrid. Modric with a long ball, forward, flicked on by Fede Valverde, chest down by Eden Hazard. Who would have thought? He had a really good game in my opinion. Valverde continues running. I mean, he's just an engine. Explodes down the right hand side again. Puts in a cross to Vini Jr. and left basically in a 1v1 situation. I mean, Juranovic, I guess, was there, but yeah. Vini Jr. who puts it to the bottom corner. Good goal. I like this teamwork goal because we were down on the right back, right mid spot there. Down our right side. Carvajal, playing a pass to Modric. Modric with a long ball forward to Valverde. Flicked on to Hazard. Hazard chested down back to Valverde. Valverde continues running. Sends across into Vini. That is just my favourite goal of the three. Maybe the second goal. I mean, even the third goal because it's for Hazard. But I think the first goal is the best build-up play in my opinion. Just 4 or 5 players getting involved, making passes forward, getting the ball forward, and getting Vini on the score sheet and getting us that 1-0 lead. That I felt like maybe it wasn't the most deserving, but remember, in football, it's not the team who played well deserving. Now that sounds weird, doesn't it? But if you play well and don't score in a 90-minute game and your opponent score 3 goals, they deserve the win because they put their chances to bed and you didn't. And as much as I feel bad for Celtic that they probably deserve a goal or 2, you gotta think it's not their fault that they didn't score. Now that's a harsh thing to say, but in reality, that's how you gotta say, right? The second goal, Hazard with some nice dribbling. It's not fancy Hazard, but a lot of fans are saying, "Oh my god, it's just a normal performance against Celtic." First of all, Celtic are actually a top quality side. Second of all, at the start of the season, our expectation of Hazard was not to be dribbling past 10 players, sending them on the floor, and then putting it past the goalkeeper. Our expectation was him to get a couple of minutes here and there, getting a couple of goals, and hopefully playing. Now, we knew that he wasn't going to be the starter because Valverde was going to start off the left off the right over him. Vini was going to start over him. Benzema was going to start over him for sure. Rodrigo is probably over him. He might be over Asensio, who knows. But he wasn't going to get that much of a game time. He came on in half an hour mark. Came on, scored a goal, got sort of an assist because, I mean, he had some nice dribbling. He lays out to look at Modric, who cuts it onto his left, and then he was basically tackled away, but it goes back to Modric again. And instead of shooting on his left, he did an outside the boot shot. Absolutely incredible. But that dribbling from Hazard, I feel like the expectation of Hazard this season was not for him to be dribbling past 10 players and putting one past the goalkeeper. It is for him to regain confidence, to get a couple of goals, to get some minutes, and to contribute. Last season he said he didn't contribute much, and as happy and proud as he was for the team to win the Champions League, he wanted to contribute. If he can stay fit from now on, don't get injured, get back to training, train well, play well, you never know, he might be back to a decent level. I'm not saying he's going to be back to prime Hazard because that's not going to happen. But 50% Hazard, halfway, we can see it by the end of the season. Right now, I think out of 100%, he's probably at the 20% mark. He's not there yet. He's not at the halfway there yet. Because he hasn't played yet. He has played minimal. but he gets a chance. And I think Benzema getting injured and getting subbed off half an hour in is a blessing in disguise for Eden Hazard. And he probably will play our next game up front. He will have to take the opportunities that he gets. Whenever he gets a chance to play, he has to perform well to keep it going. Because if he does that, score a couple of goals, play well, the manager will start to think, now I've got a serious problem. Because now I have Vini Jr., who is performing really, really well, scoring 4 games in a row now. Benzema, who carried us to the Champions League last season, Ballon d'Or winner, probably. I've got Valverde and Rodrigo, the young blood in that team. And then I've got Hazard, who is starting to get back to performing. That will be a problem. But right now, it's very simple. The front three will always be Vini, Benz, Rodrigo, or Vini, Benz, Valverde. That is your front three. The only problem is on the right-hand side. And if Hazard, who claimed that the right-hand side isn't his position, but I think if he wants to get a chance, he'll have to settle for the right-hand side. So I'm very, very happy for Hazard to get himself a goal and a technically assist. It's not quite an assist. It's not an assist. But, you know, he'll probably think about the performance as a whole. Goal for himself. Anyways, it's good. We'll get to his goal now. Cruz with a nice ball cross forward to Carvajal. Carvajal passes it back to Eden Hazard, who's in the middle. Tap in. It's a tap in goal. It's not much work, but I felt like Hazard did quite well. And I'm very happy for Eden Hazard. I'm a fan of Eden Hazard. You know, even before his Real Madrid days, I love Eden Hazard as a player. You know what he did in the Premier League, and I just want to see him happy again, playing football again. And we know he's not gonna get to the 100% level he was back 5 years ago. He's not gonna get back to the level at Chelsea where he was just arguably the best left winger in the world, right? But what we can expect from Hazard is getting minutes, proving to Ancelotti that, look, I can be your man if you need it. And he proved it against Celtic that Benzema went off, he came on, he proved. And I've seen a lot of fans say it's only Celtic. Well, so what? It's a game of football. And Celtic are actually a top side. They are a top side. I don't understand what are all these under statements or looking down on teams at Celtic. Because in the Champions League, anything can happen. In Liga, anything can happen. You don't have to only play against like Liverpool and Manchester City and Bayern Munich and PSG and whoever. You don't have to only perform against those teams. Any game, you have to perform. So I feel like this is just baby steps for Hazard. And saying things like, oh, it's only Celtic, is just haters trying to lower his confidence. And we don't need that right now. If we want Hazard back to a good level where he can play games and he can perform to a minimal level, and I'm not expecting high hopes, like I said, but if you want to expect him to be, he's not anywhere near getting back to 100%, but he's 20% right now. If you want to get him to 25%, 30%, 35%, 40%, eventually 50%, instead of making him feel worse, why don't we make him feel better? That's what I'm gonna say here. And then the last two chances were Celtic. Jota sends in a cross, and he was flicked over the top by Kyogo. That could have been a serious chance. And Haksabanovic, I think that's how you say his name. I'm sorry to this guy if I say his name wrong. Had a good shot and probably the best chance for Celtic by the 85th minute. Parried away by Thibaut Courtois. So yeah, I'm really happy we got the result. Performance-wise, in the second half we were so much better than in the first. So yeah, next game will actually be, let me check, I think it's Mallorca, isn't it? Let me check, I'm not too sure. Today it was a very busy day for me, so I didn't get to check anything at all. Yeah, Mallorca at home. So that'll be a game where Hazard plays. because I don't think I know Benzema's injury is actually serious. Not serious, sorry. The DNA test and MRI test and whatever, not DNA. What am I talking about? MRI test and the scans report came back. Apparently, it was not too serious. And then we have Leipzig at home as well. So yeah, I mean, this weekend on Sunday, it's on the 1 p.m. UK kickoff, by the way. Mallorca, and then the following Thursday Leipzig, and then the following Monday we've got the Madrid derby as well. So yeah, 3 big games in a row coming up. Mallorca technically a Madrid derby, not quite, but technically it is, right. But that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. Let me know your thoughts, and yeah, do you think Hazard will get back to 25%? Because I see him right now as 20%, but let me know what your thoughts on Eden Hazard was today. I thought he was really, really good. And yeah, I'll leave it here today. I'm gonna be streaming soon, playing some FIFA. I mean, you guys probably won't see it because this video won't go live immediately. But I mean, I stream most of the time at around 5 p.m. UK time, or 5:30, depends. To play FIFA. So yeah, check us out over on Twitch, twitch.tv/videogamingHD1. Or just click the link in my description below. But that'll be it. That's gonna be where I end on today's video. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you guys did. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.